Psalm 119 does not say, I considered my ways and kept thinking about it. It says, I considered my ways and turned my feet to your testimonies. I hurried and did not delay to keep your commandments. That's Psalm 119, verse 59 and 60. And that may be the line that exposes where you really are. Because there's a difference between being interested in truth and being changed by it. A lot of people notice. They notice something doesn't add up. They notice tension. They notice contradiction. They notice that Scripture may not say what they were taught it says. But noticing is not awakening. Awakening begins when what you see changes the direction of your feet. So let me ask you directly. Where have you considered your ways, but not yet turned your feet? Don't answer that generally. Name the place. Is it Sabbath? Is it obedience? Is it letting go of a tradition you were handed? Is it admitting that love and commandments were never enemies? Is it finally opening Scripture without defending the answer you inherited? Because Psalm 119 does not stop at consideration. It doesn't say, I considered my ways and stayed where I was. It says, I considered my ways and turned my feet. That means the word did not stay outside of him as something to evaluate. It became a witness against the road he was walking. And once he saw it, he turned. That is the awakened response. And we see the same pattern in Acts 2. After Peter spoke, the people were pierced to the heart. They didn't say, that was a powerful message. They didn't say, that gives me a lot to think about. And they didn't ask, how does this fit with what we already believed? No, they asked, what should we do? That's the awakened question. After truth pierces, the question changes. It's no longer only, what am I seeing? It becomes, what does obedience require now? That's where a lot of people get stuck. They keep considering, they keep studying, they keep comparing, they keep processing, and they keep saying, I'm still trying to understand. And sometimes that's wisdom. You should test what you hear. You should search the Scriptures, and you should slow down enough to avoid forcing conclusions. But sometimes I'm still processing becomes a safer way to delay obedience. Sometimes discernment becomes a hiding place. And sometimes we call it waiting for clarity when Yahweh has already given enough light for the next step. The real problem may not be that you need more truth. The real problem may be that the truth you already saw is now asking for a response. Yahweh's word is not asking to be considered forever. It's calling you to return, to turn your feet, to stop drifting, to stop treating Scripture like information, to let the word judge the path you are walking. And that is uncomfortable. Because once Scripture judges the path, you can't keep standing at a distance like an observer. You have to ask, am I walking in this? Am I resisting this? Am I calling this unclear because I don't want to change direction? That doesn't mean you have to understand everything today. It doesn't mean you have to explain every doctrine. And it doesn't mean you have to map the whole road before you move. But it does mean you can respond to the light Yahweh has already given. Psalm 119 gives the movement. Consider your ways. Turn your feet. Do not delay. Keep Yahweh's commandments. Acts 2 gives the question, what should we do? So here's where this becomes personal. Maybe you've seen that something in modern Christian teaching doesn't fully line up with Scripture. Maybe you've seen that obedience cannot be separated from love. Maybe you've seen that Yahweh's commandments were never meant to be treated like bondage. Or maybe you've seen that the issue is not just what you believe, but how you walk. So the question is not whether you noticed. The question is whether you will turn. Because noticing can still leave you standing still. Awakening moves your feet. That's why I created the starter bundle, because once you realize something doesn't add up, you need more than a moment of conviction. You need a guided path forward. Where Do I Go From Here helps you process the moment when old answers stop working. Awakened helps you slow down, open scripture, and begin engaging what Yahweh is saying through His Word. The Door in the Road confronts the choice of what path you will actually walk. This isn't about rushing into everything at once. It's about refusing to drift once Yahweh has shown you the path. The starter bundle is not just more content. It's a guided next step for the person who knows they cannot go back to sleep, but doesn't yet know how to walk forward. If Scripture has started exposing the path, the next faithful step is not to stay curious forever. It's to turn your feet. You can find the starter bundle through the link below. But before you click anything, answer this honestly. Where have you considered your ways, but not yet turned your feet? Because noticing is not awakening. Turning is.